the boat, we used the boat to go to some caves. And in some caves, we ran into some friendly ghosts. Well, they were angry at first, but then we gave them their wooden ring back, and they liked us.
And the name
And after we gave them their ring back, they were cool, and then they told us we could have the ring. And then we went further in the cave, and there was more skeletons and some water. Oh yes, there was lots of water. And then after we went in the caves, we decided to sail for Tortuga. And in the process of sailing for Tortuga, Underdark blew himself up. And
Kinda.
became Death's bitch. That sounds right, yeah.
Reasonably accurate, but yeah.
Good enough for
within
government
reason.
work.
Oh,
The best part is I basically went like, all right, everybody watch this, and I do some magic shit and then disappear.
Yeah.
I do not have anything prepared, nor am I familiar with the system.
That's perfect. You roll a character randomly, and you don't have to know anything.
Once I I'll get the link for the character stuff.
Under posted it in D&D.
Never mind.
Yeah, you can literally just click through in a couple and you'll see basically what stats are the varied ones and...
Oh yeah, I'd better open the book. Let's see here. This should explain everything. I love this illustration on the front cover of the Bare Bones edition.
Oh, you're using the Borg book? That will do.
Yeah, I was told it was all I needed.
It is sufficient. I have the player book for Pirate Borg. I just haven't shared it out. I could probably do that. Hold on.
I mean, I'm just going to drag and drop it in my media collection.
What's up?
That we're talking about the book.
He's going to get the Pirate Borg full book.
Oh, who is?
AGR. Like, he's going to drop it in chat so we can save it, I think. Oh, Sent, you need to change your last name to Turner.
Oh, that's what the randomizer gave me.
Voodoo.
Yeah, but you can change it.
I'm Papa Jose.
I'm sticking to what the game gave me.
Okay, but voodoo?
Yes.
I mean,
You're supposed to say you do, god damn it.
My nickname is Felon.
How very appropriate.
My nickname is Papa. It's Jose Papa.
Yeah.
Jose.
Papa Jose.
If it's Jose, you should put the accent on there.
Jose.
I can't actually do a Spanish accent. Okay. I can't do a good one that doesn't sound incredibly racist.
Well, if you're not making an accent that sounds incredibly racist, you're doing it wrong.
You know, that's a fair point, I suppose.
So I don't know about this this random character generator, because it appears to have just I don't know if max HP should be that low.
Yes.
Is it a 1?
Yes.
Because that was my character's max HP.
Yeah, it's 1.
It can be 1, yes, especially if you're a sorcerer.
You
Mhm.
can always keep re-rolling until you find something you like more than that. But if you want to be hardcore, you can just use the first thing it gives you.
What are you talking about? Under?
That's
I'm
what
a
I do.
sorcerer, and I have 8 hit points.
Yeah, but then your strength, agility, presence, toughness, and spirit are all probably lower. You probably have negatives there.
This appears to be something called a rapscallion.
Okay.
That's a
Actually,
good class.
I have mostly zeros except toughness and spirit, which are both +1.
Okay. Yeah. So I have +2, +4, +2, +2, +1.
+1,
Yeah, this
0,
is
+4, 0, -2.
this is -3 +2 -1 -2 +1.
Actually, not bad, except for you don't want to use ranged at all or get attacked at all.
Oh yeah, si, senor.
Agility is used for defense and ranged attacks. Strength is used for melee attacks. Oh, I should roll for my speed. Or my slots.
Let me just see how I can throw this away.
At the very top of the regenerator, there's a to Davy Jones with you button that regenerates
So,
the character sheet.
Here's what we'll do. You guys can get your characters ready, and basically the party's just landed in Tortuga.
We're just
So
chilling.
you can pretty much show up anytime you like, whatever makes sense to you, if you're not already on the boat. But yeah, as for the rest of you, you would pull into Tortuga Harbor. So the north side of this island's all rocky cliffs. There's no beaches, no harbor. It's just rough terrain, jagged rocks. The south side of the island is mostly the same, but with one exception. There is a nice bay with a deep water port. White sandy bottom, easy access. This is a nominally French port. They have the French flag waving.
Ha ha ha.
I feel like we're gonna find the perfect captain in a primarily French port.
Sadly, our French pirate has ceased to exist.
No, I'm actually he might if it were at a French port, I'm pretty certain he'll be British. After all, who would be more evil to a Frenchman than a
Another
Brit?
Frenchman.
A German.
A Spaniard.
Another Frenchman.
A Rhinelander.
A Corsican.
Well,
One of those mongrels who live by the Swedes. Or the
AGR,
Swiss.
do we have a price tag for a round of or a shot and ball for a musket?
The price tag is I don't care. You can have as much ammo as you need.
Okay.
Ah, excellent. We now have infinite DACA.
I mean, yeah, if you have a class that's got reload, then yeah, you're golden.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you, this is true so long as you are on your ship.
That's fair. Well, the musket comes with 10 plus, I think, like presents or something.
Yes.
So we fired like 4 shots, so we still have more than 10 rounds by default.
So be it.
Yeah, because I was just going to buy up like 100 rounds and some gunpowder. And then, be set in terms of not having to track that shit anymore. All right. Well, let's look to see if there's any drunks that want to captain a ship, because I am no captain.
I mean, everybody's going to want to captain the ship, and they're drunk, so they don't know better.
That's the idea.
I point my
Okay.
finger into the tavern at one of the player
Oh right.
characters. You
I have the
bumbling boob!
compass.
So there is
You
in
have-
fact a tavern very close to the docks. In front of the door is a sign. depicting a number of knives all fanned out. Beneath that, if any of you can read, the sign says 12 daggers.
Man, I don't know what that says.
How do I
Knife
know if I
to
can
see
read?
a place like this.
You gonna take another stab at that?
If I make a joke like that, I imagine the barkeep will be staring daggers at me.
The barkeep is too busy talking to several books, like buxom wenches. There, by the way,
Mm.
literally, like, there are just so many ladies on the streets in this town.
Tortuga.
They're in groups of 6 and 12. They're on every corner. They're everywhere, and they're all over the bar.
Wait, they're in groups of 6 and 12? So your only choices are a half dozen or a dozen wenches?
Is there a baker's dozen around?
Baker's dozen.
I'm sure you
wenches?
can find one. Yes.
I mean, there's that one over there with 3 boobs. Does that count?
Oh yeah.
Well, we know what Villian's doing.
Well, I'm gonna go up and down the street looking all these gift horses in the mouth, in the aims of finding the one with the most teeth, and that'll be the one for me.
Gift houses?
Is it okay if they're made of
Are we
wood?
from Jersey?
Boston.
Gift horses.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep on looking these gift horses in the mouth.
Absolutely.
How many teeth do I manage to find?
All 3.
Yikes.
No, these
Personal record.
these are mostly, well, these ladies, I mean, they definitely look like they're experienced, but they don't look that rundown. Not most of them,
fresh.
anyway.
Highly.
The pickings are good tonight, lads.
Suppose we could find a fence because it's not just 1,000 silver we have; it's 1,000 art pieces worth of silver.
Absolutely. How do you try to find a fence?
Oh, look for the nicest yard, preferably white.
Could anyone hear him?
Nope.
He said preferably something.
Look for the nicest yard, preferably. God damn it!
I mean, if we're looking for a fence, I assume we should probably start saying something terrible about the French people, and the local whores will turn against us.
Oh,
I'm in the market for a new headset. I'm frustrated with this one. I said I
Bummer.
would look for a nice yard, preferably a white picket.
Ah,
In Tortuga.
Tortuga wasn't like a rundown town. It was just ran by
So,
pirates.
this
Mostly
port,
huts, though.
this port is not run down. By the harbor, it is, but only because it's very busy.
Yeah, well then, obviously we're not in the area where it's completely run by pirates, right?
The port is not completely run by pirates. I'm also
All right.
definitely not trying to date every event in the Caribbean correctly for this.
No,
We are
don't worry about it.
we are not doing that.
Yeah, don't worry. But I was just asking. It was like it's French run right now, so it's not pirate run.
No, but there are definitely plenty of people of
Savory
questionable
descent.
intent. Yeah. Yeah. It is a French flag. That is.
It's a French flag with a little asterisk doodled on the corner.
it's just like New Orleans. They can fly the French flag all they want, but what I do under it's my business.
I like that. So yeah, what are you gentlemen doing? What is the crew of the vessel doing? And what was and someone named that vessel before becoming deceased? Did they not?
Yes. We need to find somebody to paint for us. Repaint the ship and paint peaceful intentions on the side of the hull. And we also need to christen it.
All right. Well, probably the first thing that would come to your mind would be, where do you think you're going to go to get that done? I mean, you're on a dock. There are definitely people working out here. There's a harbor master. There are definitely people with paint pots working on other ships. Where are you going?
Probably the
Who are you
harbor
doing?
master.
Okay. You approach the harbor master. Your vessel has been docked. The harbor master looks at you, and he looks you up and down. He seems like he's waiting for something. He's just looking at you expectantly.
Hey there. What'd be your name?
He says, William, sir, but it will be 3 shekels to dock your ship at the harbor.
Isn't okay, real quick. Isn't a shekel
It's a
1/8
shilling,
of an?
but it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
okay. So just silver.
I'm
1
just
plus 8.
saying, I'm just using a funny accent.
All
I don't
right.
know.
Well, I can pay that no problem. I'll hand over 3 pieces of 8 to him. And be looking for a crew to paint the ship. She took some bad weather and is in need of a little respite.
Hmm. It'll be 3 more shillings for a pot of paint, 1 more for the brush, and 2 for a man to wield it.
1 plus. Gregory was sitting there counting on his fingers.
Oh no, arithmetic. His greatest nemesis.
Is
I'm so good at
he
numbers.
is he just counting fingers, or does he have the money in his hand counting it?
I have the silver, but I'm counting on my fingers, like trying to figure out how much I need to pull out of my bag.
Okay.
6. And Gregory will pull out 6 pieces of silver and hand it to him.
Hmm. I don't recognize your face. Do you have your papers?
That lost them in the storm too.
Hmm. Well, it'll be 3 shekels. Shekels again. It'll be 3 shillings to register your vessel. And there's a first time docking fee of 2 more shillings.
I love bureaucracy.
I think
Man,
it's more like
they really like
shakedown.
to shekel and shilling you every time you show up, don't they?
Indeed. All right, and fork over another 5 shillings.
And what was your name again? So I can note it in the log.
Smith.
Ah, an Englishman.
Ah, well, welcome to Tortuga, Mr. Smith. Good day. And he tips his hat to you before walking off to go yell at some poor slob who's eyeballing a lady of ill repute who has wandered too close to the docks.
Do you have like a podium with a coin purse sitting on it?
He does, in fact, have a stand where he has his log. You do not see a coin purse sitting on it. I am sorry.
Oh, we can't replicate Pirates of the Caribbean too much.
No.
Welcome to Port Royal, Mr. Smith. Grabs a coin purse and walks off. All right. Okay, that's taken care of. Papers drawn up for the ship. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. And then I think we'll venture to the port, or the harbor bar. Where's the nearest pub?
Okay. Well, that's probably the 12 Daggers, which you could see from the docks.
All right. Head inside and start looking for any personage of ill repute with shiny stuff.
Any person of ill repute with shiny stuff.
Yeah, like a guy that's wearing more jewelry than normal.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
There is the guy in like full conquistador armor.
Mhm.
That probably stands out to you.
Huh. I'll go up to him. How fares your day, sir?
Good, good. He pulls out silver and hands it to you. I'd like another round of ale, please. He turns back to the card game he's playing.
I can't serve you ale, but thank you for the silver.
Can't serve me ale?
Do I look like I work here?
Yes. Now go fetch me an ale.
Oof.
Having heard this, a very lovely lady approaches and leans over and leaves an ale on the table. She gets very, very close to this conquistador gentleman as she leans over the table.
Ah, wonderful. An employee well worth it, and I give her 2 silver. Very explicitly showing up, the fact that, getting me the ale has, in fact, given the reward.
Oh, she's worth it all right. Last night I showed her why they call me lobster legs.
She she stuffs the silver in her cleavage, and she gives a wink towards lobster legs and
Lobster legs winks
Walks.
back.
walks off.
Wops to wigs.
All right.
And, he turns back to the card game and says, wait a minute. Turns back to the guy he handed the silver to. I think I'll take the silver back.
Oh, no, you gave it to me. It's mine now.
He punches you in the face. It's what a strength check.
Mm.
Yeah, strength test.
And this is
Sound
when
of
we
a-
find out Underdark had 1 hit point and was trying to start a fight so he could die and roll again.
Yep.
You really want me to defend against that?
Sound of a watermelon getting hit with a 2x4.
I have no idea how this is supposed to work in PvP, since it's really only supposed to be one person rolling.
Yeah, because I have that defense thing, so.
I don't even know what the hell you do with a 20. You like fucking backflip off the table, grab the chandelier. I don't know.
And they
It's
crash
fucking-
through the bar and into the street, biting into kicking in the mud and the blood and the beer.
Yeah, it seems accurate with a 20, sure.
All right, well that right there, that was damned impressive. I think that's well worth the silver.
Ah, you seem like a fine fellow to die with.
I am, in fact, the finest of fellows.
What, you're looking for work?
That depends. You got any?
Well, we're just venturing around up to no good.
I can tell.
Professional menace.
It's not amateur hour here.
Well, here, pull up a stool. Let me introduce you to my friends here. And I start going around the table introducing the other player characters that I was playing cards with.
Beautiful.
Which I believe is Spectre and Voodoo.
Well, I'm also in this scene.
I couldn't remember if he died or not. So yeah, and Lobster Legs.
No, Lobster and Papa are original crew.
I'm
Yep.
original crew.
Yeah, Voodoo's original crew. It'd be Spectre's character that's the new join, and Geek
Oh.
if he's playing.
Okay, for some reason I thought we had more
Lobster,
new
Papa,
people
William-
coming in.
Yeah, they're all session 1. They just weren't here
No,
for
I
session
feel
2.
new because I've only been here for the first session and this one.
But
Right.
technically, you were on our boat with us.
Yes.
Very good.
And what kind of activities does someone like yourself get up to?
Well, if you need something removed from somebody else's property, I'm your guy.
While you guys are having this conversation, there's like a stabbing that occurs at a table behind you, and they end up out in the street. And yeah, you're pretty sure there's somebody outside bleeding out right now.
Do they reuse the hole that they made, or do they make a new one?
They make a new one.
Ah,
Oh, out of curiosity, how not kosher is necromancy?
I mean, it's pretty not kosher, but you know,
well, this is Haiti,
Like-
and there's already a guy here named Voodoo.
yeah, it happens. Like, it's frowned upon. But
Although again,
like-
I have to be very odd about this, how the randomizer worked. I'm a priest, and here I get the nickname Voodoo. I don't get it.
And I'm
Voodoo
Papa
priest.
Jose, and I'm a
You're-
sorcerer.
Yeah,
You're that kind of priest.
yeah, he's less Papa Jose and more Papa Legba.
But yeah, so I asked this conquistador. So what be your name?
Now call me Hook.
Slap a captain in front of that. It's got a good ring to it.
Excellent. I
See your
accept your commission. Now take me to my boat.
I assume slapping a captain is how we got that hook.
No, he very conspicuously has both hands.
And that's just
All right.
lies in advertising.
All right, we can head back to the docks. How long you been in town here?
Oh, about a week.
You know of a man that might take off shiny items and give coin for 'em? On the down low?
Well, I suppose you could try the Spanish embassy. I won't go there myself, for I think obvious reasons, but you might have better luck with it. They buy all sorts of shiny crap.
Well, you're asking what the business that we're in, and we're in the business of strategically transferring equipment to alternate locations.
Nice. More people need to watch The Fat Electrician, apparently.
Oh, I gotta put a tick or something. Yes, it is. It is one of my favorite military terminologies. Strategic transfer of equipment to alternate locations. Otherwise,
that's good.
steal it.
Love it.
Yeah, look up the Fat Electrician on YouTube. He has hundreds of videos, and that is he has a shirt that has that on there because of
good
the
shit.
E4 Mafia. Yeah, he has
Mhm.
some really good military shit, and he's funny as fuck. But anyway,
With his wife. Anyway,
so yeah, we'll take Captain Hook out to see his new boat. I ain't much of a navigator, but I can work a hammer.
We're not going to have to
Mhm.
start menacing children, are we?
yes.
Well, we have to get to Neverland first, and then we have to
Echo.
get stuck in Neverland.
We're going to Candy Mountain, Charlie.
The Loopy the door. Well, fucking what is it?
I've
So,
lost all memory of that time.
They show you to a nice little tartane. It needs a coat of paint, and it has no guns, you've noticed.
Well, I can see why you're hiring me, because this right here, this won't do. Needs new coat of paint. Needs some guns. How much silver does the ship have?
Well, given all this shiny stuff, and I'll open my satchel full of all of the art objects that we got. That's worth about 1,000 silver.
Yeah.
Once we sell this off, oh, whatever this is worth. The other guy that had all of our money died.
Yeah, I'll be ready once I finish reading all this.
Nope, you're all good.
You take your time. You just hang
We'll
around
we'll
with
be in
with the party.
Tortuga for a minute, so I'm assuming we
58,
want to get a couple of 18
57.
pounders at least.
56.
99, 100.
That was not the next numbers, and that was going in the opposite direction.
Look, that's going to be the beach
Well,
gonna get with pirates.
You should know by now, Gregorio is not good at the arithmetics.
Indeed. Why
He
do we
needs
let
his fingers
the
to do
money?
single-digit math. Because nobody else is talking. And then, all told, I have, like, out of character, I have 170 silver pieces. I don't know what the rest of the party has. 174, but
4.
well, you broke as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, Under, you had, like, what, 180, 200 on you when you died?
And some treasure items.
Yeah, the treasure items suck, but we'll get more.
So how much are
then, yeah.
cannons? I guess is the big question.
Yeah, what's
Well,
the
you have to find them for sale.
Or we could strategically transfer the equipment from another ship to this alternate location of our ship.
Yeah,
but are there
I feel
other
like
ships around?
yeah, for
Yeah, it's a busy
sale is
harbor.
not necessary.
Are they armed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, then let's go steal some shit.
Or we could
They're
just
also
steal a bigger boat.
crude.
Well, that's not that big of an issue.
I mean, I suppose the real question here is it
By
easier to steal
bloodthirsty
their
pirates,
guns or
they're
just
crude.
steal their ship?
Yeah, but hold on. Bloodthirsty pirates can be distracted by big buxom women.
There are dozens of them.
Oh, they are distracted. They are, but you know.
Yeah, well, we can move that along, and then we can.
All right.
Most
transfer
of
the
these
cannon.
men can probably only be distracted for between 30 seconds and 2 minutes.
Oh, come on, don't give them that much credit. 30 seconds max.
All right. So here's the plan. We take 500 of those silver pieces and we use it to start an orgy over in some other part of town.
Well, we still have to sell the art pieces to get the silver pieces.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 1,000 gold or 1,000 silver worth of art pieces.
yeah, booze and women though. That's how you distract the men.
But I do believe the captain said something about the Spanish embassy possibly being interested in buying these art objects. So maybe I'll swing over there with a lobster and voodoo.
Sounds like a plan.
Hey, yeah.
Keep Jose with the new captain just to keep an eye on him,
Okay.
because he won't go to the embassy.
Yeah, I'm also not going to the embassy.
Are you
Oh,
also
you
a
don't want to go to the embassy?
Spanish deserter?
No,
So you're
I am
not
a
a
known
Spanish
pirate.
deserter. Ah, I'm not a known pirate. I'm a known ship thief.
Well, I am a proud and patriotic American.
That's probably
Um,
frowned upon.
I know, that's why I became a pirate instead.
So anyway, yeah, so Lobster, Voodoo, and I will head towards the Spanish embassy with the backpack full of art objects.
Okay. You make your way to the Spanish embassy. Um, it is a uh, nice, like it looks like it was expensive to build, but fairly small building with stone columns. And there are a couple of donkeys hitched to a post in front of it. And everything is it's like whitewashed stone, but it's covered in mud.
All right. Well, let's go to the front door, shall we, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Or,
Alright,
or is there?
we go to
Or
the
we
front
stop
door.
at the gate?
Yeah, I'll go to the main gate. I'm assuming they have guards posted. It's not just a
They do.
whimsical walk-in. Ahoy there! You speak of the English.
They roll their eyes. What do you want?
Oh, well, came across some treasure and was wondering if the embassy would be interested in purchasing it.
It should be a fine addition to those lovely walls you got there, mateys.
So this gentleman has a very pointy goatee and a twirly mustache, and he rubs his chin, and he looks over at the other guard next to him with an almost identical goatee and mustache, and he begins twirling his mustache, and they look at each other, and then they look at you, and the gentleman on the left says, "Could we see it?"
Well, are you going to be giving me silver for it?
How could I tell you what I'll give you for it if I haven't seen it?
Well, what I was asking is, are you going to be the one giving me silver if I was to give you these art objects?
Do you have it with you now? And the other man steps forward one step. Uh, it looks like he's trying to flank you.
I would advise
I step
against that.
I step in front of the guy trying to flank him and be like, yeah, where do you think you're going?
He says, "Mind your own business."
This is my business.
Well, the reason I ask is because I doubt you'll be the one giving me silver for these items, so there's no point in you looking at the items. I'd much rather talk to whoever's inside that would actually be giving me silver, unless you want a dagger between your eyes.
He laughs and says, "Oh, by all means, come inside, come inside." And he opens the double doors and they swing open. And then he holds his arm out as if to guide you inside. "After you."
Oh, I insist you lead. I don't know where I'm going.
"No, my friend here will lead." And the other guard walks in first.
I follow the guard and make sure he doesn't do anything funny.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just go staggered guard me. Probably lobster. Actually, no, I should probably... Whoever's going to take damage first is definitely going to be me. Because I can take a hit and avoid being hit very well, so... If it turns bad. So I guess...
Really? If that's the case, it sounds like someone else is going to take damage before you.
Well, in terms of, like, if we get attacked, I'm the best person to take the hit. So I guess it'd be guard lobster, me guard voodoo. For the marching order, air quotes.
Okay. Yeah. You all walk in, and yeah, and then the other gentleman behind you walks in, and he closes both doors.
Welcome to Spanish Park.
Pretty much. Yeah. So you're inside of uh, the embassy. This front room has just a single desk and no real furniture. Um, the chair is on three legs, um, and there are open doorways, like with arches, that seem to lead into other rooms. They may have been offices, but they also appear pretty sparse. There are blank spots on the walls where there used to be art, but there is no art.
Well, it doesn't
Uh,
look like you guys are going to be buying much art, so there's no point for me to send him back to the ship and have him deliver it.
to be honest, we were going to jump you, but where are the other guys? And then the other guy shrugs and he looks like around the corner. Uh, he says, I don't know. I guess they went out the back.
Smoke break. They took their smoke break at the most inopportune time. So, then I only have one question for you two. Who wants to die first?
The gentleman that's closer to the back door points at his friend and says, he does, and then he runs.
Well, in that case, since your buddy ran off and you're all alone, I guess I'll just have to ask you one more question. How much silver do you have on you? Because I'm pretty sure the guy that was the tail end of our group is pretty much surrounded by Lobster William and myself.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So he reaches down and he gets his coin purse and he opens it up and you can see what's inside of it. Why don't you go ahead and roll 3d12. And that's how
Ah,
much silver he will have. Not bad.
well, thank you kindly. And, well, no sense in killing you. You want to work? Could use an extra crew on the ship. You don't look like you're having too much fun here.
I am uh, in need of gainful employment, yes. I
Well,
have not been paid in 6 weeks.
yeah, now you're flat broke. You definitely need work. As I take his point purse. Well, head down to the dock and look for Captain Hook on the Peaceful Intentions.
Well, it's better than being dead and starving here.
That's the spirit, laddie.
Now, where would your friend be holing up after he ran away? I don't like cowards. I'm going to make sure he doesn't exist anymore.
Let me see. He's going to go down. He will have gone out the back gate. He will have taken a left, and there is a park.
I'm back.
There is a park uh, further down the road if you go straight ahead after you go out through the gate and turn left. He will probably be somewhere in there. We have been making a game of some of the locals in the park. Again, I haven't been paid in 6 weeks, so a man's got to
Well-
eat.
Like I said, head down to the Peaceful Intentions, look for Captain Hook. He'll give you something to do.
Did we just recruit the Spanish embassy?
Well, there wasn't a Spanish embassy. There was just 2 guards pretending it was a Spanish embassy, and they were gonna rob us. But then numbers 1 and Gregorio is scary, so if the other dude ran, I'm gonna go hunt him down and kill him now.
Why kill him? We can get another mook.
He's a
Yeah, but
coward.
he was a coward.
He's a
I'm not
yeah
hiring a
bag.
coward. This guy at least, was like, well, I'm fucked. Here's my silver. So we have 25 silver from him.
I mean, does that coward have good legs? That could be useful.
No, we already got a guy with good legs.
Alright.
Yeah, all 6 of them.
I got a job to protect you.
All right, we head for the park,
And
leaving
for what
the
it's worth, I
Spanish
think.
guy alone.
Okay.
He can do as he pleases. But we are going after the coward. So yeah, we head out the gate, we head left, we go straight, start heading for that park.
Okay.
We're looking for a man with wet trousers.
Yeah. There are 4 Spaniards that you see as you enter the park. 3 of them are kicking a elderly gentleman who is on the ground, and the other one is yelling at his friends about something.
Lobster, Voodoo, either you good with a gun?
I'm damn good with a gun.
Wait a minute. Guns are agility?
Yeah.
I
I
am
think
good.
ranged is agility.
I am good with a gun, actually.
All right. Well, here, take this musket.
Hmm.
All right, have
I'm
a
gonna
look
get
at it.
in close.
Oh, hey, I
You
know
have
how
a
to use
musket?
one of these.
Yep. Yeah, you take this musket, Lobster. So you want the musket? I'm a CQB build, so I don't really need ranged.
Yeah, I'll take the musket.
All right, you have the musket now.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna start walking towards the group of 4 of them with my boarding pike.
So be it. They are
And
distracted, and they're the ones that are kicking the man are laughing, and yeah, they seem pretty distracted.
yeah, then once I get close enough, Lobster and William can fire off a salvo, and then I'll start attacking.
Okay. Yeah, the one who's yelling at his friends turns around and sees you.
Just walking towards him, not even running.
By the time he sees you, you've made it probably across the street to the park gate. You're pretty close, so it'll be easy to reach them next round. But we need to roll initiative to see who reacts first. So make your initiative roll.
And that's just a D6, and you want higher, right?
Yep, just roll a d6.
Oh. Well, only one of us rolls, so.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, well, Lobster rolled. Oh no, Gregorio rolled first,
So we get a 2.
so they go first.
Yep. Which is fine.
Okay, there are a lot.
I mean, they
of
don't
you.
have any muskets or anything, right?
Yeah, there are a lot of you, and so they look up from the old man, and they're basically like, "Oh shit!" and then they all take off in different directions.
Well, I mean, technically it's just Lobster, William, and myself, and I'm technically solo because Lobster and William stayed back with the muskets.
That I did. Although we didn't hide.
Mm. Oh, that's right. You got a bunch of you at the ship. So, okay. Well, in that case, the first of these gentlemen will go ahead and give that old man one more swift kick in the head. Um, the other 2 will pull boot knives, and then the man who was yelling will stand slightly behind his braver friends, and also he will grab a stick to use as some sort of bludgeoning instrument.
What kind of armor are they wearing?
Well, the one who was running was wearing a fancy like helmet, but other than that, uh, they're all just in plain clothes. Um,
Okay, so the one has a conquistador helmet, I'm assuming. And you said fancy helmet.
yes.
Okay. We want that helmet because that's a nice thing to have laying around. But anyway, yeah. So if they're gonna attack me, they can attack me. I am walking towards them. I am not running. I am just walking with my boarding pike.
I just have to pull this up. Hold on. Okay. The braver two will rush you with their knives. The one in the back hesitates. It looks like he's trying to see if his friends are going to do his job for him.
Yeah. I'm only interested in killing the coward. So they can attack me, but I'm like just gonna walk through them.
Oh, wait, ranged attacks are presence. I'm actually not good with this musket.
Oh, their presence? Okay.
Yes.
Well, then I'll take it back because I have a +2 presence at least.
All right, you need to make 2 defense rolls.
Both hit.
Both hit. So that's 2d4. And those are separate hits.
Can I just bulk roll them?
You certainly can.
All right. The one does no damage to me. The Conquistador helmet, so that's -1 damage for soak. And then the 3 does 2 damage.
Okay. So,
All right.
yeah, one of them nicks your arm. The other one jabs at you. And I guess you duck so he doesn't stab you in the face. And it glances off the top of your head.
All right. And do they have anything else they're doing on their turn?
Yeah, the coward, he takes one more step back while his friends aren't paying attention to what he's doing.
Well, I'm paying full attention to him. And is that it for their turn?
That is, yeah, that's about it for their turn.
All right. Can I get to the coward in this round?
Sure. You have both of them kind of in the way, but you can make a strength test to just brush past them.
All right.
You manage to basically just shoulder check both of them and walk right past them.
Yes, then I'd like to walk up to the little coward and bring my boarding pike down on him.
Okay. Yeah. So you take a big swing at him, and he basically just drops totally to the ground to avoid it.
Oh, hey, what are you running from, coward? I asked who's going to die first. You chose poorly. And then Lobster and William can take their turns.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, I take aim at the coward with the Actually, no. Take aim at one of the people that tried to attack Gregorio and shoot him.
Okay.
How does that work again?
That's a presence test.
Mhm.
So you roll presence plus any modifiers.
All right. So what is that? D20 plus presence, and I have range attacks are -2 DR. So
So you only need to get a 10 instead of a 12.
excellent.
You did
Of
not get a
course.
10.
Damn, boy,
do
you
have
got some
devil's luck.
presence.
What was Devil's Luck?
Bottom middle of your sheet, there's Devil's Luck and a big star.
Yes.
Should be a number in there. You can use that any down below it. It says what you can do with it, so you can maximize your damage, re-roll anything, reduce damage to
Yes.
yourself. Yep.
I think
And
I'll
then that
keep.
number is, how many you have. Yeah, I only have 2, so I didn't really want to burn it on my first attack on the coward.
Yeah,
Plus he
yeah.
tripped,
Okay.
so. All right. Then Pete. Bader. Lobster legs.
Lobster.
Pete, are you here?
It's your turn, Lobster.
Rock lobster.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
Eight.
no.
He does nothing.
Well, we're going to eat good for dinner tonight.
All right. These guys have their turn.
Indeed. Bring it on, boys.
The two stabby boys look at each other and then they bolt in opposite directions down the street.
So they're all cowards.
They hear the gunshot and they're like, fuck that.
He's got artillery range support.
Yeah. The one who's on the ground is going to just take this time to say, please, sir, I have a family. And then the old man coughs up blood and says, bullshit.
Oh, so I'm not the only one that smelt that.
We can smell it from the port.
All right. What? There was 4 of them?
Yeah, that other one is going. He's also running, but into the park.
Ah, so the third one just ran off as well, so it's just the coward and the old man on the ground now?
Yeah.
All right, so that cycles back up to our turn.
He was making sure the old man didn't go anywhere. And then, he could tell which way the wind was blowing. Yeah, so he uses his turn to beg for his life.
Well, and then on our turn, I'll say, well, I believe the old man is right. I smell bullshit. You know what I smell? Fear. And I attack.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Yep, sure is.
And I'll use my Devil's Luck to maximize. So 11 damage.
Oh my. Okay. What exactly do you do to this man who's groveling at your feet? His arms literally wrapped around your boot.
I take my boarding pike and drive it straight down through his skull.
Okay. Hopefully at a slight angle, otherwise you're going to
Yeah.
stab yourself in the foot.
I mean, I only have 9 toes, so I have one spot that I can miss the tip of the pike on my boot.
But then you'd be ruining a good boot, matey.
Well, I could just steal his.
He does
That's
have
the
nice
point.
boots.
Ooh, fair enough.
Actually, I take that back. I would go for his neck because I want to keep his helmet intact.
Okay.
Because it's a Conquistador helmet, so that would be good for anybody that has low health to stay alive.
It would not help him. I guess he could negate the attack, but he doesn't know that.
He's a little dumb. And then, I'll take his coin purse and we'll start heading back to the ship.
Okay.
I'll help the old man up and give him some of the coins back out of the coin purse.
Okay. Yeah, roll another 3d12. and then give away whatever you want.
I'll say 5. 6, because that'll put me at an even number.
Okay. He thanks you and says he's just going to rest here a while.
Oh, yeah. Good sir, do you know of anybody that'd be interested in some shiny objects? Got some treasure I'm trying to offload, and these gentlemen tried to rob me. This one ran away. I had to make a point. Asking the old man if he knows offense.
He says, "I," and then he spits up some blood and hacks it onto the sidewalk, and he turns himself over. Clearly, it seems like he's probably broken a rib. It hurts, but he turns himself on his side, and he points out the gate, and he says, "Out past the old church, turn right, 3 buildings down, there's an alley with red linens hanging to dry. Under the linens, door on the right."
Excellent. Well, hopefully Lobster or William was paying attention for that conversation, because Gregorio is actually terrible at directions.
I was paying attention for all of that except the part where I was in the bathroom.
Well, the fight was very short. They all ran away, and we killed the coward.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they heard the musket fire, they turned tail.
And I'm not hunting down 4 cowards. 1 is
No.
enough for the day.
Just like in Lexington.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, we got a conquistador helmet, so there's that.
And new boots.
Oh yeah, and new boots. But anyway, the reason the conquistador helmet is nice is because of this.
Yeah, fair enough.
But anyway, so yeah, I completely understood his directions, and I start heading off.
Out the gate, down the street, house with the red linens.
Well, the thing is like I literally am terrible at knowing where I'm going. I know
well,
the right way.
I know where you're going. Here, this way.
Yes, exactly. But it'd be better off if somebody else led, because I
Unfortunately,
will literally get the party lost.
Unfortunately, they were shooting, so you probably are able to repeat some of what was said, but I don't know that any of them were close enough when he said it.
Well, I mean, after I killed because I mean,
Well, no,
they all
well, again,
started
he
running.
knows where he's going, so he can relay the directions.
Yeah, I know the right way. I just don't know the actual right way.
You always say you know the right way.
No, he's great
Yeah.
with directions. He's just bad at following them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the
you
right way.
probably do mention the red linens.
Yeah. It was down past the church. You take a left, then 3 houses down, there's an alley, and then at the alley, it's the 3rd door on the right. By the red linens. That was intentional.
Those directions are definitely wrong, but they do get you where you need to go. Just
By
confused.
chance.
Yeah.
We just took a couple of extra turns.
Like every step of the way where he's wrong, it's obvious because you could see like that's the church. There's not 3 doors over here. There's only 1 door here. So but yeah. There's a little back alley shop. It's full of curiosities. There's a very burly gentleman and 3 slightly scrawnier gentlemen hanging out inside. And at the back of the building, there is a completely bald gentleman with some thick glasses, and he introduces himself by the name of Pedro.
Now we
Oh,
sure
also
brought Papa Jose for this one.
Also, Sent, you should be doing the negotiating. You have the highest skill for that.
That skill
the-
be
you're-
presence.
Yep, you're the best talker.
Ah, all right. I step up and be like, "Howdy, gentlemen.
Howdy.
Indeed. We be looking for someone to buy some artistic and shiny wares. Would ye be happening to be in the market for buying?
He looks around his shop, which is covered in clearly it's covered in art and artifacts, things that are he's got half of a assembled dinosaur in here, and he's got paintings and sculptures, little statues, all kind of little curiosities in here. Also, several ship's cannons.
Oh, how handy.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Like antique ships cannons or modern ones?
He has all sorts, but he has a selection. He has enough probably modern cannons. They're small, but you guys don't have a large vessel.
I think we'd only be able to put 18 pounders on that thing anyway.
You would definitely not be able to put 18 pounders on that thing.
Yeah.
The boards you would fire once, and the ship would be ruined.
Just snaps the keel in half.
We only need to be firing once.
I was trying, AGR, but you're too good.
I have to tell you, if you could even find a place to put that where it wouldn't fall through the deck, the second you lit it off, your ship would be fucking destroyed.
All right, fine. We'll go with some 4-pounders.
That he has.
Wait, I tell him, hey, we got some art that we wanted to sell to him. Did we actually bring the art?
Yes, I do have it.
Okay, and I gesture. I gesture.
Well, I just
Gregorio
give you the
to-
backpack before we came in.
Oh,
we knew
okay.
you
Well,
were going to be doing the talking, so
oh,
you have the
never mind.
backpack with
I take off the
1,000
backpack
silver
and
pieces.
I open the bag for them to peer inside.
Lay it all out on the table for me.
All right, then I put the bag down, put the musket on my back, and start, laying out each item carefully, on his table there.
All right. He has one of those jeweler's eye pieces, and he comes out and he's examining everything. And he says, it's all in good condition. Much of this is very old. I could give you 700 gold for the lot.
That is quite a generous offer, but I was thinking more like 850.
Well, I don't think I can do 850. Perhaps in trade. Maybe there's something here you'd like.
How about okay? Out of this, how many cannons would we fit on our ship?
There is no place on the stat block. Probably not that many. There's probably room for 8 guns or something on the thing.
Okay. Do I see 8 light-sized cannons here, or is he short that amount?
No, absolutely. They're clearly they have different makes. Like you can see
Well,
there's
yeah,
different
but
makers
does he
marks on
does
them.
he actually
But yeah,
have
there's
8
at
cannons?
least 8. Yeah.
Okay. How about for some cannons then? I see some fine-looking artillery pieces over there, and I point at the rough collection of cannons.
He seems like he's pondering for a minute. He says, "Well, I'd be taking a loss, but they might be slow to sell in this particular port. Um, most vessels here are already armed. I suppose I can part with them."
Excellent. We'll call this an accord. And I hold up my hand to him.
Yeah, he shakes your hand.
Excellent. Well, I turn to Gregorio and Lobster. Well, let's start getting these cannons together.
Yep.
What does he give us? Like, what cannons does he have?
I mean, it sounds like you have enough cannons that now your ship is going to have cannons as soon as you figure out how you're going to get them to your ship.
Pay somebody. You know any wagon teams around here? Some right teamsters.
Oh,
They'd be quite handy for moving these.
No, it's too early for the Teamsters Union.
I know.
Suddenly some Italians show up like, yeah, we're from them local cannon movers, 502nd. Ain't nobody moving these cannons without us being involved here, you see?
I know a fellow named Captain Hoffa. He'll get you set up.
I mean, we can just
They'll
come
ask-
and move them ourselves.
How far are we from the port here? From the harbor?
You're pretty far from the harbor and down several winding alleys.
Yeah, I'm better off
It
looking
might
for
be a little bit far, yeah. At least a
somebody with a
cart.
wagon. Yeah, somebody with a cart or a wagon will. We'll ask this guy. Obviously, he's local. Probably knows somebody for
Do you
moving
happen to
stuff
have a
around.
cart to rent? I turn back to the shopkeep.
He just gives you a big wide grin.
I get that where the answer is going here, but that's not a yes or a no, nor is that a rate.
What would you be needing a wagon for?
To move the cannons, sir. We may be strong, sturdy pirates, but why work harder when we can work smarter?
Oh, whoa! Nobody said pirates here.
Of course not. You gentlemen look entirely upstanding.
And hideously ugly, I might add.
I suppose.
I think I have that one too.
You can borrow. You can have it on loan to take these cannons off premises.
4 silver pieces to rent.
He'll say 5 silver pieces to rent, and 5 more for a hand loading them.
All right,
What?
I'll pull out 10 silver pieces, unless you want to negotiate, Voodoo.
Nah, I don't. I think that's a fair enough price. That's fair.
Well, do we not have enough to load it ourselves?
These cannons are probably several hundred pounds each.
Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. We can't just heave ho it.
Well, there's only 3 of us here.
Oh, well, we
Yeah,
gotta get the rest of the crew.
They're at the ship.
Oh, we'll have to go
Which is
get them.
far away.
Yeah,
But
so
we can just load a couple of cannons now and then come back with the cart and get the rest of them. I'm assuming we can't get all 8 cannons on this one cart.
Most certainly not. You
Yeah,
probably
so it'll
get-
be multiple trips.
Yeah, you can probably get 2 per cartload.
So we'll at least need some help loading the first batch, and then
Yep.
we'll bring the rest of the mateys, and then no, it should be fine. But yeah, I mean, we can pay him 10 silver for those, and that should be fine.
Yeah, 10 silver is no biggie for helping us load the first 2 cannons, and then we'll head to the
And
ship.
for the cart. So yeah, it's cool. Yeah. So we pay him the silver, and then we start getting our cannons loaded and transferred.
Okay.
A pleasure doing business with you.
A pleasure.
All right. Well, we start heading to the ship with the 2 cannons.
Okay. You make your way to the ship with the 2 cannons. On your way back to the ship, you make eye contact with somebody you recognize who dips into an alley very quickly.
Who recognizes them?
You do.
Why do I recognize them?
Well, you just knifed one of their friends.
Ah. I smile menacingly and ignore him. I'm not chasing him down. He ran, but he was not the first of the cowards. But yeah.
No, will he be
yeah.
the last?
Okay.
I know the right way, so Grigor keeps saying that as we navigate the winding streets.
Start going around in circles. Like, hey, didn't we pass that house before?
No, that's a different house. They build them all the same here.
Ah, right. I forgot. They build all the houses the same here in Tortuga.
Yeah, the burly man who helped you load up the wagon. He says, "Yeah, but that is the same church, though."
See, he knows where he's going. Hey, why don't you lead us to the port, since our matey here seems to be getting a little delusional.
You need a city guide. That's 5 silver.
Nah, I know the right way. We don't need a guide.
Well, stop taking us past the same church, then.
As we pass the church again.
Look, I know I'm more of a priestly folk, but I don't need to go there yet. So we can do that after.
We just keep heading towards the water. That's west, right?
Yeah, but the problem is you turn south and east. Stay west. I lead.
You lead.
Yes.
Okay. You probably might know that the port is south. The harbor
Yes.
is south.
Yes, the water is south in Tortuga. That was intentional.
Fair enough. All right. Look around like, that way. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's also hillish, so you can actually see the water if you're up in the city.
Yeah, once you make it onto the main thoroughfare, you can see clear down the road all the way to the harbor.
See, simple. It's simple as simple do.
I told you I knew the right way.
Hey, we roll up to our boat and hey, I'll be like, hey guys, got some cannons.
That lead muscle says, if you need help unloading, that'll be 5 silver.
Nah. We got some burly boys on board.
Hey, Captain,
Wow.
Jose. Under?
Yes, I see you've gotten some cannons. That is excellent. We've just finished painting the ship.
Nah, excellent. Well,
Reasonable.
come down to help us unload. We have 8 cannons that we need to go get. So let's unload these and we'll go get the rest of them.
Any Spaniards turn up this way? Aside from yourself?
No.
Seems accurate.
Like, even if they did show up and I killed them and dropped their bodies in the water, I would have said no.
I mean, this is fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, I'll leave you to the gentleman of his coin purse, and he was looking for work after that. So I sent him
Is
to the ship.
well, isn't he with us?
No.
Did
The
you give him?
non-coward of the first Spaniard? I told him
Yeah.
just go to the ship and look for the
Oh,
peaceful
alright.
or go to the port and look for the peaceful intentions. We left him
fair
at
enough.
the air quotes embassy.
Right.
But either way,
Maybe he took your directions and got lost.
how is that possible? I always know the right way. But anyway, yeah, we'll unload these 2 cannons, head back to the shop.
By the
Load
way,
up
the
a
ship
few
is
more.
basically solid blue at this point because I wasn't paying for more than one color. And I went with the luckiest color.
Well, it is the hardest to see.
Yep.
Especially at sea. We've active camouflaged the ship. Now we just need blue sails. And a blue Jolly Roger. And blue ropes. But the
So you
helm
guys,
will be white.
you guys make 3 more trips back and forth.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just
As long
imagining
as
a United Nations pirate ship.
as long as Gregario does not lead the way, I think
Yeah, he will not
you are
be
able
leading
to
the way.
you are able to succeed at this pretty easily.
Well,
He might
actually, I think
just
I'd
give me directions.
Yeah, I think I'd stay on the ship once we deliver the second set of cannons and start because I'm a shipwright, so I can actually get them, fitted.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, um, you've gotten the guns to the dock, um, and like you can unload them, but like there is an issue with hauling them up onto the vessel. I guess actually there's enough of you, with the ship right there. You can pulley system your way through this situation, and
Yeah,
actually the harbor has a crane.
I was
Mm.
gonna say most docks would have a crane. We just have to move the boat over to it.
That said, the crane's not free.
Well, I don't suppose we can. Well, no, the gangplank might not hold.
Yeah, I'd rather just use the crane. All right, I find the harbor master. Forgot his name already.
Oh, hello, Mr. Smith.
Ahoy there! We've been needing to use your crane.
Ah. Well, that will be 4 silver to use the crane. And then there's a 5 silver deposit, just in case anything breaks. We have to replace any ropes. And
All right.
you'll need to move your vessel and pay uh, pay a transfer fee. That's 2 silver.
Gregorio immediately starts counting on his fingers. I actually did not hear. My phone was ringing, so I missed the first part of that.
4, 5, and 2.
And Gregorio start counting on his fingers, and so 10 silver. I ain't got no more fingers.
4, 5, and 2, sir. That will be 11 silver, 5 of which you will have back so long as you do not break my crane.
All right. Borrow one of your fingers.
You may borrow my crane if you give me 11 silver.
All right. Gregorio counts out 11 silver, and then he double counts it and hands it to the guy.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'm getting in the process of moving the ship over while they're going and getting the other cannons. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to figure out the ship is moving, considering it's fucking blue.
Yeah, everything goes well, and you can utilize the crane.
All right. I start fitting the guns to the boat.
You are able to do this. It does take some time. What is everyone else doing? He will probably need a couple of hands to man the ropes.
Yeah,
but
I'll do that.
He doesn't necessarily need everyone.
Well, I'm reasonably strong, so I'll help.
And I'm basically just supervising, making sure they don't break my ship.
Ah, yes. Gotta love management.
Okay.
Yes, there's Captain Hook right there.
So you succeed. You put everything on the ship. You finish using the crane. Nothing breaks.
So I get my 5 silver back.
Well, yes, but you have to find the dock master first. So I guess you can roll to find him. That's presence, I think.
All right.
That man is nowhere.
Odd. Well, then I guess I'll cut a couple of ropes on the crane and move our boat back to where it was.
Fair enough.
If he doesn't give me a deposit, I might as well give him a reason to use it.
Okay. So yeah, you move the boat back. Everything's good. What are you guys doing? You have cannons on your ship.
Feels good.
We immediately besiege the port.
Yes.
This
With our
goes poorly.
I was gonna say with our fucking tiny ass boat.
Especially
We need
since
a
we
bigger
didn't
boat.
buy ammo.
Yeah, that's the
They
other thing.
don't know that.
We need to buy some shot and powder. I'm guessing the guy that sold us the cannons is going to be very much film as extra.
I'm sorry, what?
From Spider-Man 3. Film as extra from... Kid, let me buy
Oh,
your camera.
absolutely.
Yeah. So we buy the camera from the guy and then ask him, oh, where's the cannonballs? Aha, those are extra.
Yeah. It's we'll call it 10 gold pieces for I don't know, a whole locker full of ammo.
Sorry, 100? A 100 silver for how much shot?
Why do I only see the regular ammo and I guess maybe they don't list it.
So it's just the ship has the infinite ammo glitch on right now?
I believe it does after you buy the ammo.
Okay, so I buy 1 cannonball and 1 charge of gunpowder.
You buy all the ammo for 10 gold, and we will never speak of this again.
Excellent. Also, I would have talked with the captain of which direction he wants the guns to face. Does he want...
How many
you know,
cannons?
8.
3 to each side, 1 forward, 1 aft.
All right. And then, yeah, when I'm mounting them on the ship, I would do so in that manner.
So be it.
But that's pretty much all this ship can hold for guns, so if we want more guns, we need a bigger boat. But I think that's all we really need to do in port. Probably take a day or 2 in total, painting the ship and actually, mounting the guns, and then we can head out. Find something to get up to. With our captain at the helm, which I present to with a gift. Here is a compass that does not point north. Enjoy. I've given you a broken compass, Underdark.
All right.
However,
So
the needle does consistently hold the direction. It doesn't just wander around. It points towards something.
right, which is absolutely useless. Anyway, so ignoring the compass, let's slip out of dock and go near a major, trade route and see if we can't find some ships.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see if we can get you to plot a course. All right, where are you going?
Hmm.
You know, I hear New Orleans is lovely this time of year.
Indeed, indeed. What I'm thinking is we head east and see if we can't spot a ship heading out of, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, or any of the other Lesser Antilles islands. And, oh wait, are those trade routes marked on the map?
So, what you have in the arrows that are almost white,
Yeah.
off-white arrows. So those are basically trade winds.
Ah.
Yes.
So yes.
So yes.
So you have the currents, right? So essentially, you will note you have to go pretty far north to get in like a wind that blows to the east consistently.
Right. We're well, we're actually better off from the looks of it heading south past Jamaica and then heading into the Gulf and seeing if we can't find any ships on that route.
We're in Tortuga and Hispaniola, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're in Tortuga. The island of Tortuga. Really, the port should have a different name, but we're using Tortuga for both.
You know,
Also, Spectre, there is a form fillable version of the character sheet
if
Oh, is
somewhere.
if you
Yes.
wanted to grab a Spanish ship, we should
Most recent
probably
pinned.
head west then, between Cuba and the Bahamas, around the Florida Keys, and that area, we could use that choke point to try to hit up the Spanish.
Somebody
The
better
vessels
plot
would
a
have to go
course
there.
with red marker on that map.
I'm on it.
Okay.
I don't care what y'all do, but I want to see it marked.
With red marker. Got it.
Yeah, do one of those Indiana Jones type ones,
That one.
or put unnecessary loops in it.
That's also fine.
I marked it, but none of you guys can see it.
Uh huh.
Invisible ink.
AGR got it.
You want to really,
Like-
really freak out. Minimize the window.
Like the blonde sending screenshots of her phone. My screen is cracked. Look at this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or the opposite rotation. Although, we don't need to go to Nassau.
Well, it's more. It just it becomes a convenient port at that area. We can always make adjustments after, or if we find anything.
We don't want to stop in Port Royal.
'Tis a silly place.
Well, I was hoping by cutting between Jamaica and Cuba, we might catch a ship heading out of Santiago.
Santiago sounds good. But not for any particular reason. Wrong ocean there, buddy.
Well, I mean, we have goals. I hear there's a great Chinese treasure fleet up there.
All right, guys. Yeah, let's go get that Chinese treasure fleet.
Yeah, on the fucking Spruce Goose.
Now, we could try to circumnavigate South America, but I propose we carve a channel right
So it's
through
hard to see the
Panama.
hexes, but your ship can move 5 hexes as long as you're following the wind per day.
Oh shit, there are hexes. Fuck, that's hard.
Yeah, we're zooming.
Sorry, that is.
Oh God, yeah.
That's a smaller screenshot. Like, it's a screenshot of a shrunken window. It is not the original because I was lazy and I didn't open the original.
Good. Like I can see it on the deeper blue parts, but anywhere around Cuba, it's like no.
Let me actually open the map so
Around
that I
Cuba?
can give you a full quality because that'll actually
Yeah,
let you see
zoom
it.
in on Cuba. It'd be just to get Florida on the top. That should be good.
Actually, this is somewhat visible.
Why are the oceans stained red with the blood of the slain?
He inverted the
Gilbert,
colors, I'm assuming.
Don't tell me you don't already know because you already know.
This is one of our nautical campaigns, Gilbert. You know what we did.
Hey, come on, Gilbert, quit being so negative.
It's all the blood of this hooligan.
Fuck you, Pete. That was terrible.
Alright, so with the wind, which I presume we have the wind from us to Santiago.
You should, yeah.
So that's like 3.5 hexes.
Then it's less than a day's travel to Santiago.
Right, and we'll just kind of loiter in the Santiago region to see if we can't spot a ship leaving.
Absolutely. Let's find out. Who's going to be your lookout?
I can be lookout. I know the right way.
No, you're not navigators, so that's why it's fine for you to be the lookout.
What's going to be the role for that?
It's a
guessing
presence
presence.
roll.
I guess I should be the lookout.
I was going to say, yeah, you with the musket up in the crow's nest.
Hey,
Actually, I give William the other musket because you don't need to reload if you have 2 muskets. You can get 2 shots off 1 round.
I'm down with it.
That's fine.
And then you'd have to spend 4 rounds reloading because it's 2 rounds to reload.
No, it only takes me 1 round to reload.
Oh, so you'd be able to put off 2 volleys, then
Okay.
2 rounds reload.
So you
Nice.
spend the afternoon and evening watching for sail a few miles off Santiago. You see nothing.
All right, that sounds good to me.
It gets dark.
I can't see anything still.
That's true.
Hey guys, it's getting dark out. FYI.
Yeah, well,
I-
presumably we can, stay on the ship overnight.
You absolutely can. Yeah.
That would be really hard press if we couldn't sleep on the boat.
Yeah, that'd be kind of.
You have to find land every time you need to rest.
You did have some provisions aboard, so you have no issues with that at all.
Yeah, I also
Um,
would
Yeah,
have restocked more food.
My liquor cabinet is completely full, so I'm good.
This is also fine.
I need somebody to bring me up some food before I start
Throw a loaf of
murdering
bread
people.
at you.
Hey, all right, it works for me.
Okay. So do you just spend the next day just looking out the same way?
Yeah, I mean,
Think
I really have no need to come down from the crow's nest, except for to take a
Okay.
bathroom break.
Then he stays in the tops. Go ahead and roll again.
That's what the bucket is for.
Well, okay, yeah, but I have to empty the bucket.
Right, you just pitch it.
That's a problem for the people below.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
I'm not that much of an asshole.
Use the wind to your advantage. Ah,
And I see everything.
Okay. Roll a d10, but if you get a 9 or a 10, roll again.
All right, roll a d10, roll 9, 10, roll again. I roll 1.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that makes any sense. Roll one more time.
Okay.
it must
Okay,
be.
I guess it's meant to be. Okay. Yeah, there's it looks like there's a raft out there just bobbing up and down. It's appeared so I guess it sailed up to you overnight in the dark, and it's basically beating against the ship when you wake up in the morning. Yeah, Sid, what's your character's name? Voodoo.
Willem. Or, yeah,
Willem Voodoo. Okay, so yeah, Willem, you wake up in the tops and you look down at the deck and you immediately are like, sail, because it's literally tapping against the hull.
Sail ho! Right there.
Gregorio's looking off like the side of the ship out into the horizon. Where?
Right there. Against the ship.
It's like the short person knocking at a door.
Yeah.
All right, I look down at it. What do I see from point blank?
Yeah, there's a really weathered looking corpse, um, and a fair amount of dried blood, um, and yeah, that's about it. Um,
Oh,
it's just a raft with a like mummified corpse on it.
yeah, I'll throw a rope around the. I'm assuming it has like some sort of mast, or is it just a flat
It
raft?
does. No, it has a mast.
Okay. Yeah, I'll throw a rope around the mast just so it doesn't drift away, and then I'll hop down and take a closer look, inspect the entirety of it, see if there's anything hidden or missing, or hidden or not directly visible.
Okay. Yeah. Um, the mummy has a boarding axe and
Ooh.
several scraps of mummified jerky of some sort.
Does it look edible? I taste it.
It does not taste good. No.
I spit it out. Would it work good as bait?
I
where
mean,
to find a boat.
possibly. Fish will eat anything, right?
Yeah. All right. I'll wrap that up in some cloth or something and toss it in my vest.
Okay.
And then did he have any arms or armament or silver?
He does not.
Unfortunate. Well, lumber's lumber. I start looking for where the joints on the raft are and start pulling it apart.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bit by bit, I'll haul it up onto the ship and put it in like the upper forecastle for storage. Don't have a whole lot of below deck storage, do we?
No, it's a pretty simple little vessel. Um, you can pretty much fill the hold with this.
Yeah, that's why I put it like up on the upper forecastle or the aft castle
Sure.
for storage. That way our hold is still, open for stuff we might not want people seeing. Bunch of lumber on the deck, no big deal.
Yeah. I imagine you probably secure that pretty well so it doesn't roll around in the waves.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Feed a
fine.
ship right now. All right. Well, did he have any maps or anything interesting on him? Or it was literally just.
No. It really as far as you can tell, it looks like he was trying to cook something and he lit his sail alight and uh he like panicked trying to put it out. Uh and it has a couple of pretty good sized holes burned in it. Um and I guess he put it back up and it just didn't get him very far.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, I spaced out. What was the thing I found besides the fish bait?
Just a boarding axe.
Oh, the boarding axe.
Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'll say that happened early enough in the day you can roll again.
Yep, all right.
Does
And
anybody
you can
have?
ignore ones, please.
I'll try.
Well, you can actually. Jeez.
There, I gotta roll again.
You do keep the 10 though.
I do.
Oh.
Yep. But you roll again.
Oh, okay. Well, 10.
It must be like an accumulative system. Hey, there's
Really
not a 1
different.
or a 10.
What the hell's with the dice roller?
I was gonna say the dice gods. 3 1s, 2 10s, and a 3.
It just
Okay.
moved the decimal place over one.
So you spot sail. There are 3 vessels. There are 2 incredibly large vessels and 1 tartane that looks just like yours.
All right.
Are these going separate ways or traveling in what's
Convoy.
it? Convoy. Thank you.
Well, first, let's roll a few more things. We're going to need, let's see. I guess I need 3. No, I suppose we just need 1d6. And then I'll also need 2d12.
Or is that all separately?
That's
I just
fine.
put them all together because yeah, he just needed them separate.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like the larger vessels are Spanish and they are in pursuit of the smaller vessel, which does not currently have any colors raised.
Well, Captain,
Well, we've got like a bunch of different colors, right? That we could raise up.
would've been
So
hard
No,
to
it's
steal
all
some.
blue.
potentially, yes, but in practice, I don't believe you have collected any besides the British flag that was already on the vessel. There's
That is
probably
true.
also some signaling flags.
Right.
Excellent idea, though.
Well,
What's their heading relative to us?
So they are heading southwest, and I imagine you're probably facing due west. So they are going to sail kind of across and past you.
our flag semaphore, is that actually universal between nations?
There are probably some general signals shared.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not coded. But military signaling is all going to be unique.
Right. I'm not talking about secret signals. It's more like if I wanted to raise British colors and then signal to the Spanish ships to ask them what are your intentions. Is that something that they would understand?
They would likely understand you, but Britain, Spain, and France are all currently hostile to one another.
Openly?
Fairly openly, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's hit or miss, but right now they're pretty hostile towards.
Is the tartane sorry? So it's a tartane and 2 Spanish ships. How big are the
Yes.
Spanish ships?
These are the largest vessels you've ever seen in your life.
So they're ships of the line type deal.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Is the tartane armed?
Yes.
With what?
It's similarly to yours. It's got a standard complement of cannon. They aren't particularly heavy. A tartane can't really hold heavyweight guns.
And it's early morning.
Well, you had to wait a little while. It's probably closing in on noon, but not quite noon yet.
Hmm.
No,
Yeah.
not to scale.
Well, it's mostly. I'm thinking like. Oh, geez, I thought that was a Canadian flag, and I'm like, what are the Canadians doing?
I just said notes, not to scale.
Yeah, you guys would be further away, but yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just working.
I mean, if they're not coming towards us,
they are not.
I would say we should set a course and begin moving such that we will pass behind them by a good ways. And that way to see, because they're obviously probably chasing away a pirate Tartane, much like we are. And they would only come out like this to protect shipping. So that means that if we can get behind them, there might be a otherwise unprotected merchant vessel we can pirate. So I would like to start heading like on a negative intercept course.
Okay, plot your course. Let's see it.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Plot thy course, fool.
All right, so
If I'm understanding what you're saying correctly, you want to basically. Okay, that's a terrible curve, but I was drawing it quickly. Essentially, you want to do that. Yeah.
on the assumption that those ships are heading in that direction.
That so far seems to be accurate. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So you're basically coming up as if you're heading into Santiago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. You may do that. You bring yourself about and sail northerly toward Santiago.
And when we get in range, we'll launch our boarding torpedoes.
You make it about halfway up that line, and they make it to about where those arrowheads are on their line, and those red ships begin firing on that yellow ship.
Sucks to be them.
Yep.
You hear thunderous cannon fire, but only briefly.
It's like AGR beating the shit out of my little privateer.
Did I miss something?
And then all is quiet. You can see smoke in the distance.
Uh-huh.
We just witnessed some Spanish galleons annihilate another Tartane.
Presumably pirates.
Or British.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
They weren't
right.
running the color, so we didn't know what they
how
were.
far north are you sailing?
I would like to get sight of the port of Santiago, and then I would like to turn and enter the trade lane going away from Santiago.
Okay.
But once Santiago is beyond the horizon, I'd like to cut to like 1/4 speed.
Okay. You can do that.
The idea being that if there's a merchant ship, it would come up from behind on us.
Yeah. If you continue watching what was happening with these other vessels, it looks like they are preparing to tow that Tartane back into port.
Ah.
Ship
Well,
thief.
no reason to not. It might be a small prize, but a prize nonetheless.
Hey guys, we bullied this small baby boat. Pretty cool, right?
More like one of the officers is going to turn that into his personal yacht.
Okay. So yeah, you get yourself into the trade lane and just kind of out of sight of Santiago, like just at the edge. Okay. Are you just gonna wait there?
At 1/4 speed following the trade route. So that merchant ships come
yes.
up from behind us. But we're not like immediately like sending off vibes of Predator waiting in there. It's just,
Okay.
we look like a pleasure yacht with
All right.
guns.
I don't think you're likely to run up against those guys again. So I guess we can roll again. This will be your last roll for the day. Okay.
Is it? Want me to re-roll since we already did 3, or what?
No.
I think it's a
Uh,
table.
Oh yeah.
Ish.
That's
sort of.
fine. Yeah.
Oh, I just finished updating the map.
Yeah, you got oofed. All right. So
Underdark picking blue was perfect.
coming up from behind, there is a small vessel flying Spanish colors. It looks very similar to your own vessel. Not painted blue. It does have. It's basically it's like kind of red and black.
Okay. Is it armed?
It appears to be armed. Yes.
Okay. How low in the water is it riding?
Excellent question. Roll 2d12. Interesting. Fairly low in the water. Yeah.
Okay. Presumably, if we can see it, it can see us.
Absolutely.
Has
You
it
would
made
assume.
any action to deviate from its previous course or speed?
Not as of yet.
Okay. Is it attempting to signal us?
It doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
Could we have brought Spectre with us, even though we wasn't ready?
Of course.
Spectre, you're on the boat. What's
How
your name?
It's Bo Black Cat Waithmer.
I like it.
Excellent. How far away are they?
Yeah, that was my next question.
Well, they appear to be in a direct course, like down the trade lane.
Mhm.
They won't run into you or anything, but they don't seem to be reacting to you. So I suppose the question is, how long do you wait to do something? Because they just seem like they're ignoring you so far.
Well, what I would like, and I don't know how hard this would be to pull off with sails, is when they are in a good range from us, I would like to drop to full sail, that is, to go to full speed, cross in front of them, and demand their surrender.
Okay. Let us see. Let us see. I will need to prepare. Give me a moment.
Not necessarily in that order. Like, as we're crossing them, I want the signals out for them to surrender, or else our broadside into their front. That type of implication.
I wasn't sure if I was going to be using this today, so I'll need a moment to get it ready.
We have chain shot, right?
I would
I
assume
think so,
that
yeah.
came with the arsenal. Yeah.
Okay.
We would probably have, just to keep it simple,
The,
chain, grape, and round solid.
Yeah, the game really only uses one health value, So you can pick and choose what you're aiming at.
Okay.
But
And it was just
it's
assumed we use appropriate ammunition.
correct.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to disable them, so I want to cut their mast and all that.
I think I'd be on the guns because we would still want William up in the crow's nest for sniping. So I'd be the shooter, I'm assuming, unless somebody has a better presence than 2. Jose, what is your presence?
I believe it's a +1.
Ah, okay. And Spectre, what is your presence?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's a +0.
Ah, okay.
It's +1.
Okay. Then yep, I'll be sighting the rear or the guns then. Yeah, give him a little haircut, so I'll aim a little high and figure out the range that he's planning on J-hooking at. We haven't exactly practiced maneuvers together, so I don't know when he's going to start J-hooking.
Well, I'm basically the intent is we cross the T in front of them. If they surrender, we just continue our turn and pull up alongside them, but facing the other direction, and we can board them and deal with the diplomacy. If they don't strike their colors, we open fire and they don't have their broadside facing us.
All right, let me see if I can stream this.
Ooh. Oh, this is actually a really good random picture I came across for terminology aboard a ship. That is a really good, simple.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we have 2 vessels here. You guys and this other tartane. Can everybody see okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, looks great. I will draw up what.
Okay, so you're gonna have we're gonna have our first dip into naval combat. This is probably gonna be a little rough, but the rules are not terribly complex. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the stat block in chat just in case you need it for the ship. And we might want to drop the page with the rules for some of the actions you guys can do as well. So give me a minute. Under, if you want to pull that up while I'm pulling up the other thing, that would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, is that not going to load? God damn it. Oh, whatever.
Oh, beautiful. I don't actually have this convenient because it's all on my work laptop and my phone. So if you want to drop the tartane stack block, that would be even better.
Mhm. All right, hang on. Let me pull up. I think I have to pull up the DM version. There you go.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's see. What's your current range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're not quite there. You're a little outside of gun range at the moment, but you're close.
Right, we would be waiting till they were within gun range if we were facing them before turning about. We let them get closer.
Yeah, I drew a little. If you look in chat, AGR kind of what
I
he's
see.
going for. He wants to pull about, hook a J, and then basically have the 3 broadside at him. Whence they come in range.
Yeah, like presumably they're going at it like twice our speed. So
Well, you have
I
to
would
move.
actually.
You
Go
have
ahead.
to move at least 1 hex per round. It is
Mhm.
up to you what you're going to do there, but you have to move at least 1 hex per round, and you can, I believe, you can turn 2 facings, but only 1 per hex you move. So
So as a matter of trying to lure them in closer, I think we just move forward 1 hex.
look right.
Hang on, let me bring up your stream again. So the text channel.
Pop it
Yes.
out. That's what I did.
Okay. I guess technically speaking, I should, since the hexes face this way, I should actually not be allowing them to move at the angles. They need to move at the flats. So let me redirect this. We'll do something like that.
That works.
That's fine.
Okay. So they move.
Ah, Hayes, welcome.
What are the range of our guns?
12 hexes, but only at a 45-degree angle from the broadside. So you cover like these 2 hexes next to the ship, and then the 3 past that, and then the 4 past that, and the 5 past that, all the way out to 12 hexes away.
Right. So if I'm kind of around 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So at this point, we would drop to full sail and begin turning to face them, like to have our broadside face them, our left side.
Okay. Oh, somebody needs to roll a die, I think, for the wind direction for me.
What is that?
D6.
6. Or was that 2d6?
Okay. That's actually pretty convenient for you. The wind has shifted and it's blowing from the west. So at this point, we will say it has shifted and it's blowing from the west. That means this is going to slow them down for sure, and you're turning in the correct direction to make better use of the wind.
Okay. So yeah, we move forward and turn to face south, and then because we can only turn one hex face.
If you move another hex, you can turn again.
Yep.
And yes, we turn and face hex again.
Then yep. Move south and turn one.
Yeah. And at this point, we are signaling for their surrender. They are within range. And we should be within broadside capability.
You most certainly are. So for the sake of efficiency, I'm pretty sure that list gives you a list of actions, and it gives you, like, technically, according to this, the captain should be dictating the movements, and then other people should be announcing specific actions. So from this point, let's try to make sure everybody's doing their own action. All right. So their response at this point, I think, is going to be something along this line. And I think that's all they've got.
Okay. They are not striking their colors.
They have not stricken their colors, no.
Okay. What's our movement? Our speed is 5? Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. We, as the captain, I would then have us move forward, turning to face them head on for a second. So 1 hex forward and turn. Forward. That was 1 hex. No. You were correct before. Yeah, I rotate that way because I can turn once per hex. I then want to go forward 4 hexes. So that should be 5 movements total. And at that last hex, yeah, we'll have to rotate north to keep them on our broadside. And I'm ordering the crew to start shooting them. Because you said the broadside is only 45 degrees.
Correct. You do not have arcs on.
Right. So with that last movement into the 5th hex, we rotate to turn north. So that they are now on our broadsides. Okay. And I'm telling the crew to take their sails. But they have to take the action to actually shoot the guns.
Yep. I shoot the guns.
I too.
Okay.
You have my cannon, and my cannon, and my slightly smaller cannon.
Can I
just
see
firing
who's
the
manning
broadside
their
as
helm?
one roll.
Okay, so
Actually, that's a good question. What positions are we all on?
But if everybody can make a presence roll to fire a broadside, that doesn't make sense.
you cannot.
Okay,
Each
well,
action can only be chosen once per ship's turn. And there's a list of actions under crew actions.
Well, I will fire a broadside.
Ooh, my agility
So that's
is
the
good.
ship's crew skill plus your PC presence.
Oh.
Or
What's the crew skill?
-1.
So 16.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Well, then that's impossible to even hit them.
So that should be a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. The damage die is a d4.
All right. Good hit.
Very nice.
I shot true with my chain shot.
If everybody's done shooting, I can go.
Well, the broadside is one crew action, so we still have fire small arms.
Yeah, I'm doing something else.
Ah,
I'm going to
Okay.
let out the sail to help us overtake them, like the captain wanted to.
Okay.
So that is +2 from the ship's agility, +2 from mine, correct? Yes?
Sure.
Ooh, alright then.
Okay. You do not go any faster.
Oh, that was my correction.
Okay. And this is a good moment to note, you guys don't have to go with the captain first. You can use that in the middle of his movement if you need it for his movement. Also, captain, if you want to let someone else drive, you're welcome to let someone else drive and do one of the crew actions.
Nah, I'm good driving.
I was gonna say, and then that leaves Black Cat, William, and Jose.
I would like to
Or-
know if I can see the man manning their helm.
You see lots of people, but it's chaos over there.
Yeah, but is anyone manning the helm?
Absolutely, yeah. There's two people manning the helm.
I want to shoot one of them.
Okay.
Let's see here, right? Chat.
Just me making a luck roll to my mate.
And since I'm at -2 DR to hit them, I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah.
Kaboom. All right, and then 2d6 for damage.
Nice. He dies.
Yeah. He explodes.
I turned his head into a canoe.
Okay. His friend is screaming because there's bits of his brains all over that guy.
He's going to die next turn. Anyway, yep. I drop my musket, pick up the other musket.
Okay.
Benefits of having the sniper with 2 muskets.
Who else is doing something?
Bo and Gilbert and Spectre haven't gone yet for our turn.
I'm not really sure there's much I can do.
And I'm not really sure what exactly it is I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, not
That-
dying
Well,
is
that
always
too.
good.
there's 2 ships in a fight. What would you like to do? They're too far away to hit them with your sword.
So yeah, if you have a ranged weapon, you can attack still.
I do not have a ranged weapon.
Indeed, I am in a similar boat.
I mean, we're all in a similar boat. They're even in a similar boat.
In fact, it's so similar as to be identical.
No, yours is blue.
Yeah.
Fucking bright blue. Can you customize the tartane on the map to be blue shaded? Oh, you can.
Nice.
Nice. It is fucking blue.
No, that in fact makes us look like we sunk.
Well, then they're less likely to shoot at us.
Well, yeah. That's true.
I think that's
Alright,
even
well, I
worse.
think
but
that is
there you go.
it for our turn then, because we have limited range options for now. All right. What they gonna do?
So I guess I actually do roll for this. I don't, because you guys don't have like a defense roll for this.
Oh, the ships only have an attack roll? That, I guess that makes sense because you can't really roll agility for defending. It's gonna hit or it's not gonna hit. The ship's not gonna dodge it. Unless Underdark built the ship, and then
Wait.
the ship would be a mimic.
Are you saying Battleship the movie was a lie?
Yes, we can't drop anchor and dodge the ship bullets. It doesn't work like that.
So
I've done it
we
see
do
a
have a
total
D2 hull. So when we get hit, we do get to subtract that D2 from the damage. It acts as armor.
Nice. Oh, they would too for that D4 then, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I have to roll it.
I mean, if they have it. They might be real thin-skinned hull. Okay.
No, that's fine. 7's fine.
It's just occurred to me we're going to get caught really fast doing this.
Doing what?
Piracy.
We'll be fine.
No, here's the plan. We're going to kill all their crew, except for some of them that we can convert into pirates, and then we'll just take both ships back to Tortuga.
Okay, but you're ignoring the elephant in the room here, which is that when they get robbed by a bright blue ship, they're going to start telling everybody about it.
Dead
Well, that's why
men
you
tell
kill
no
everybody.
tales.
Exactly. That's why you kill everybody except for the people that want to work for you.
And then eventually, after we do this a couple dozen
All right,
times,
roll
and the
your
stories start
D2.
going, then we let one of them live on accident, in order to build up more drama.
Beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take the first one. So you guys take 1 damage, and they're gonna start moving. Yeah, they fire off a couple of shots as they are passing you, and most of them end up in the water behind you. Okay. They're all done.
Okay. So, at that point, I would suggest first we move to the northeast, so that
So
our
you
broadside
turn
is facing them. Yeah, we're
and
turning
move
to
to
face the northeast. No, not them. We are Aereo, and we move. Yeah, so you have to move. They're still in broadside range, and so I'm giving the order to fire a broadside and to have us and to bring us about to the crew.
So when I have that shot, I'll take it.
Yeah, you have a shot. Go ahead.
So it'd just be +1 for me then. I miss.
Yeah, sploosh, sploosh, sploosh. They're further than you thought.
And then my other order is to bring us about.
Well, that's you.
Yeah, you're at the helm.
Yeah, but
But apparently the crew like has to like attack the sails aggressively or something to do this.
Oh, do we? I mean, I can
It's
try
it's
to
a
make
it's a crew ship agility plus PC agility test.
Where's this?
Oh, come about.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
issuing the order to come about.
It's ship agility plus PC strength.
Where's this?
On that sheet, it's the fourth one. The crew actions. Come about.
Ah.
Basically, we get to rotate one hex face for free.
Okay.
You do still have to move to do it. And I technically should
Well,
have made you
couldn't-
move before you turned on that other one. Move, turn, move, turn.
Yeah, you have to go in a straight line from hex to hex. You can't turn inside of a hex without moving, is what I understood.
What if we drop the anchor? Can we pivot on that?
That
I
just
think-
stops the ship.
I mean,
If you want a club haul, I think there is the feature somewhere in the book for that.
so AGR, in that case, we would just be in the hex to our northwest, still facing the same direction. We still would be in range of our main guns.
Yeah, it has very little effect, but we can keep going.
Okay. Well, then if we have to move, like I thought the come about would have meant like in that move we could have fired while coming about.
You normally get to turn twice in a round. That would allow you to turn a third time in the round, but you'd still have to move first. You have five hexes of movement
I see.
and 3 turns instead of 5 hexes of movement and 2 turns.
Okay, then we do need come about then. Still, we need it. So I need someone in the crew to do that. Whoever's strong.
I'll do it on my turn, unless someone is.
We get to mix our turns
It's
together.
your turn.
Yeah, it's
Our turn
mixed
is
turns. Go whatever.
Our turn is concisive together. All the PCs roll
Right.
whenever.
Okay.
Yeah, I can shoot the broadside at the end of our turn. Like,
Or the beginning.
there is no order. Yep.
So
There
this
is no order.
only
Just not both. Unless I'm not paying
Hey,
attention.
there we go.
Nice.
We come about.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have a third to work with. this turn.
Indeed. So we go forward and turn once more to the right. And so that was 2 hexes. So move us 3 hexes forward, please. And I ask for more sail. So can someone please make their agility test to get us more sail? Which means we should get another hex.
I already went.
I also already went.
So we need someone with
Anyone have better
agility.
than a 0?
I maybe should have waited and let somebody else do that.
It's fine. Hey, Spectre, what's your agility?
0.
All right. Well, then one of you, either Spectre or Gilbert, make an agility test. Plus the ship's agility. So that's +2 from the ship's agility.
What's everybody's strength?
Okay, I'll do it.
So we do not get that.
So you haven't turned yet. You have that third turn if you're going to use it.
Yes, turn us to face south, please.
Okay.
All right. Any other actions that the crew wants to take?
I would like
William
to shoot
can
the other
snipe.
guy, please.
Okay.
And again, this is at -2. Oh yeah.
You're going to depopulate that ship before we actually
I
sink it.
know.
All right.
Well, he only
You
gets
hit
to
him.
shoot 2
Roll
shots
damage.
every 4 rounds.
Okay. He's still screaming, I think, a little bit about the other guy, but you pop his head open like a grape.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's their turn though, right?
Unless somebody else is doing something.
I think that's it.
Okay. So, turns out with nobody at the helm, this is a pretty simple turn. They move once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times because that's the pace they were going last turn. and the direction they were going last turn.
Indeed.
That is unfortunate for them because I can count that high. No, I can't.
So some more people have manned the helm now, but yeah. And if you guys had more crew, you would probably have a second set of hands to hold the helm steady if one of you had to, like, step away for a second.
I think technically we kind of do without more ranged options.
I suppose you do.
Because we have 3 with the broadside and the range attack from Willem. We still have 3, and there's only really 2 things the crew action we can do full sail and come about.
Well, do as you will. It's your turn.
Well, I need to get them in range. I don't have sights yet.
Right. Move us 4 hexes south. That should be in range.
I fire.
Okay, go ahead. Bloosh.
I use my other devil's luck. Actually, it's been several days. I use just one of my devil's
Okay.
luck. My devil is not on my side today.
Okay. We will need full sail.
Is this in your turn?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
We won't need come about this turn, so I just want more speed.
That's agility.
Another 7.
Okay. AGR
Sure,
Venus,
go
move
for it.
us a 5th hex south, turning to the southeast.
Say, Pete, you do have your devil's luck.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste it on that.
Okay. I think that's it for us then.
Do we have swivels?
Not yet.
No.
No, we just got like 8
I
big
would
guns.
consider that part of your small arms.
Yeah, we've been picking off people. If someone wants to fire small arms, go ahead.
Well, I don't have a gun. That's why I was asking if you had swivels.
Yeah, because we put one gun at the back and front. It's probably our swivels, since we can't shoot
that
against
is all
the enemy
perfectly
ship with
acceptable,
broadsides.
That's fair. And actually, honestly, I should be doing the full sail. I have the highest agility.
What's yours?
So if
3?
somebody 4.
4. All right, then.
And you also need to remember to add the ship agility when you do that.
I am.
Oh, I thought you had a +3.
No, my agility is only 2.
Okay.
Anyway,
Then,
so
yeah,
is
I'll
someone
do
shooting small
full
arms?
sail.
Yeah, none of my stats are that high.
Nope, I'm reloading this turn. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I guess not. Moving on, because in 3 minutes I'm gone.
Oh, yeah. Man. All right.
Only one of them over there.
Wait, how did they
Yeah,
turn
but
2 hexes?
They didn't. They went
It didn't?
forward 1 and turn 1.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, it looked like when they were facing the vertex, it looked like there was 2 turns. I'm like, wait, how'd they do that? Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay.
Aren't they
Your
sailing
turn.
against the wind?
No, the wind's at our back, so it's to their
Correct.
side.
They turned away
Oh, right.
so that they could run away.
Yeah, they turned
All right,
into the wind.
I need full sail.
All right, I will do that.
Okay. Move us 6 hexes straight forward.
And back.
You might want to get down and man the cannons, William.
Okay.
Is somebody helping you with that? Because you have 5 by yourself.
Huh?
I said you have 5 without help, but you need.
Someone ran full sail. We have 1 extra hex.
Yeah, I just ran full sail. That was my roll.
Oh, that's right there.
That +6.
Perfect. Okay.
That gets us into their gun arcs. Or them into our gun arcs.
It does if you turn south. Look at a straight line.
Yeah, I am.
Do you want me to try turning us?
No.
Next turn, he'd need it.
Go back 1 hex, turn south, fire the broadside, and then we'll go south and turn back to this orientation. Do you get what I'm saying, Easier?
Okay, so you want to kick it in reverse.
No. My character would not be constrained to just basic hexes. So
This is fine.
in the 5th movement, I would have turned to the south to allow the broadside.
And then that'll
In
be
the 5th
William.
movement. Okay.
Huh? How did we go
I did
sideways?
That's the 5th tile you were on.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, you're right. That's the 5th tile.
Yeah. Yeah, so do the broadside. Quickly
That'll be
now.
William. William, broadside.
Yep.
Your presence -1.
Presence -1. All right, so +3 then.
Good hit.
Arr.
Okay, roll damage.
And
Okay,
AGR roll
that's-
your D2 for armor.
Or was that D4?
D4.
D4.
No damage.
Okay.
Okay. And then we move 1 hex south, turning to the southeast.
Okay.
And I will talk to you guys later.
Okay, I guess that's got to be it.